Hello everyone and welcome back to Knights of the Blackwater. I am Ben. Today we have Joe on the left playing Stark, Fealty. This is kind of Whammer's deck, which you get to top 4 at Worlds. There's a bit of practice for it, which we can say because obviously that's been and gone. And he's up against Lewis Woodhouse, who's playing Lanni Crossing. This is the 4th round from the Battles at Summerhall. If you have missed any of the previous games, do check it. Do check the playlist. This will also be part of. And we have setup. So we have Corcat. We have the Aya, which is I can't remember which pack she's from, but almost while she's standing, no one can be saved. A Rose Road, and we also have the Northern Armory. And on the other side, Lewis has the Western Fiefdoms, Flea Bottom, and Sir Jaime Lannister. Obviously, one of the key kind of Lannister cards, I think it's fair to say, for a crossing deck, because obviously non-kneeling on the first challenge on the military, you get 2 challenges out of them. And we've got Heads on Spikes into March the Wolf, which is not too surprising, really. You'll have you lose a 2 or 3 cost character to get rid of Jaime Lannister.
Have initiative.
That was 5, 9 gold.
I apologise a little bit for the camera shake here. I didn't realize quite how bad it could be in some of these games. The tables weren't great, quite bouncy. Joe deciding who he wants to go first or second.
Yep. And he's got down right, that's it. Yeah. I'll go first.
So Joel decides to go first. So we're going to have Heads on the Spikes. And hits Rob Stark. That's so it's quite an interesting start. Both of them have gone pretty well for their plots. Obviously, Joel has got rid of Sir Jaime Lannister, and Lewis has killed Rob Stark. So you have a Great Hall. It's going to be Knelt. We're along with Fealty for Summer, and Aya comes. Aya's alive again. And she's going to be brought into play. So 2 gold left. Very good econ already there on Joel's side. I think I can see an I am no one in hand. I think. And it's going to sit on 2. So 4 gold here for Lewis. Plus obviously he's got the Western Fiefdoms. It'll be interesting to see what he can actually do. I should put out for the record, both of these are 2 and 1 at the moment, so this is very much a kind of win and good chance of making it into the cut. So the Western Fiefdoms knelt for a what's it? Is that Lannisport Merchant? That's the one. I completely forgot the reducer's name for a second. We have Shay brought in for the reduction with 2 gold. He's going to sit on 2 gold. And indeed, there's I am no one on Aya. I've got to have an intrigue stealthing Shay. I do love that I am no one. It's a fantastic card for getting some just easy challenges through. Stealth, the insight, and the non-kneeling is pretty good for 1 gold. So that's going to go unopposed. And we have some claim. And we have a Never Bet Against My Family. Potentially could have played that before the challenge, if he wants to get another character out. Or maybe he was hoping to save it for the military, so that he could oppose the unopposed here. That goes unopposed, and he's going to kill the reducer. And Joel's is going for it. They've got power here from Cat. And that's going to be opposed. And one claim for Joel. So Joel's now up to 3 power. And Lewis down to 1. But obviously he's still got Shay who can stand and do shenanigans. Another never bet against my family.
Spin the wheel.
Let's see what you can get.
Come on, hound. Right, so let's see. 1, 2,
Now we have a Tyrion, a reducer. Well, I can't be the reducer. I think that's been non-unique. So
we'll go.
I think maybe you do. I can't remember a name off the top of my head, but maybe you get maybe go for the. Unless he's trying to get some gold, maybe yes. So maybe he's trying to get some gold here because he's got like a Bearman in hand. He wants to jump in.
Yeah, because there's an argument to take the Marcella because then it's in the thing.
That's it. It's Marcella. That's the that's the name of the card. The Marcella, because I know she could use a flea bottom, which is what I was thinking, and I think that's now what Lewis is thinking. So there she goes. And you just don't know when attacking against an opponent with fewer cards in his or her hand.
Okay. I will.
I think at the moment Joel is going to have more gold in hand. Some more cards in hand. So you've got power transfer free because of crossing. Joel could stand the Northern Army here to fully oppose this. And indeed, that is going to be what happens.
You didn't do that because I forgot about my own crossing.
Because as we said, he forgot about crossing. So Shay is going to be stood and is going to defend in an entry challenge, and that will be a win. And we have a ward taken. That's probably pretty good there, because if Joel's not got another ward, he probably would have warded Shay. And having no characters on your board against 4 from the opposing side, I think might have put this game out of Lewis's reach there, especially having lost Jamie at the start. So Joel wins dominant, so it is currently 4-1 to Joel. Now those I don't like opening heads and spikes. You give your opponent power to still. And Joel has to discard a Northern Armory for reserve, so his hand must be pretty good. Obviously, I believe any 5 reserve are marched to the wall, which means it can be a dangerous opener in that respect. So we have the second plot. So we have exchange of information into trading with the Pentoshi. So I think Joel has picked Lewis to go to be first player. And let's see what exchange information finds us. So we've got pretty good. I think he's going to get a reducer there. So this is going to get a winter is coming.
Remind me how this works again. I give you one of each. So you can have winter is coming.
So
you can have the rose rogue.
Yeah, good choice there, rose rogue. So it's one that doesn't affect you immediately.
Yeah,
And then the quite classic get the reducer. It's very rare I find you don't get a reducer from that or a dead character.
Alright, and then going to draw 2. Yeah.
So let's see what Lewis can get out with 10 gold. Hope it's someone big, or I think this game might be about to slip away.
Do you want to cut my deck? Okay, so I'll draw. Just check. Nothing in draw phase. No, okay,
Pay 1, play Great Hall.
So we have a Great Hall brought into play. You're guessing there must be something big about to hit the table.
1, 2, 3. Yes. 5, 6, 7.
So we've got 7 costs, so is this going to be Queen Cersei?
Scursy or time?
It's going to be Tywin. And going to sit on 5 gold. So that is suspiciously enough money to bring a character out of Flea Bottom and have money for the Hound. A bit about how small this board state is, though. But anyway, Joel puts out the Rose Raid that he was given from exchange information, assumably. Also, just a quick thank you there to Joel for putting the cards in front of the camera to make it easier for us to see what's going on. And as always, I appreciate anyone who lets me record their games at events. And I know not everyone likes it, and I do appreciate. I can't fully understand that, but it is very helpful. This event had a couple of people going to Worlds who are a little bit wary about having the decks shown before Worlds, but obviously I was going to say I probably won't get the videos out till after Worlds anyway, so that was less of an issue. And a ward on Shay. I think that is, yeah, this is looking pretty oppressive here for Joel. So the question is, do you keep the gold there for... Oh, and you've got Stagos brought into play?
Yeah.
And a reducer.
Can I read Skagos again? Because it's tricky. Neil Skagos has sacrificed a standing Stagos to power the change. Alright. Good. I win. Yes.
So Stagos, the pretty much linchpin of this deck. Well, I say I think the linchpin's quite 100% fair, but the ability to go and jump in some characters from so you know, change your character, go and sacrifice Cat Stark here to go and get the big cat from the box, so you can so you can try and close out the game. There's just so many good effects. If you watched the video, the stream I did. We have Hear Me Roar played. You'll see where we mid-challenge got rid of sacrifice ward to go and ward a different character to get it unopposed to Neil the Wall. It's just so good. Well, anyway, we have Queen Cersei brought in here with Hear Me Roar, and she has done an intrigue challenge. And that's going to be fully blocked because of crossing. Well, looks at it. Indeed, that is going to be fully blocked.
Military for 9.
Military challenge here for Lewis said 9. I should make it 10.
Sure. That's it. Yes. Good.
So military is unopposed, as he's going to be for claim. So one we're going to go and see Aya sacrificed here to bring in Corset Aya. And then obviously get a dupe and let the dupe take the claim, potentially.
No. Yep.
The dupe is claimed, and it is another copy of Stagos. So that's pretty good. Flings out the deck with a card unit and the care that much about. So we've got Renown on. Do you have Renown there on Tywin? So lose up to 3 gold. And we've got a gold to bring in, which now assume will be the character from the discard pile.
What? What? Why did they have 2 play block with this fucking draw?
And we have a power challenge for power challenge for 5, which is going to be opposed by the reducer.
Yep. Yeah, so I have no reactions winning, but I get the sorry, I got the crossing trigger.
So 1 power for growth crossing, 1 power left for claim, and lose up to 5 power. And on to Joel challenges.
Yep.
3 gold left, so that's an interesting amount. We can see gold here used to stand Shay. Yep. Which I imagine this will now be an entry challenge. Which should be fully opposed. Military coming in from Summer, which is unopposed. And Winter's coming to make that 2 claim. So Cersei is now dead, and so is whatever her name is, coming the Lannister girl's name. Sorry, guys. We have an unopposed power challenge coming from Aya. Dom goes to Lewis. And we are at 6 power to 6 power, I believe, to 6. So
search my deck for a card called Shay. Oh, I failed it.
So he's. Oh, I see. So he's Stagosing Shay because Shay is currently a start card to discard her. So look for his deck for a card called Shay, which he then obviously can't find, so he just shuffles his deck. That's an interesting play just to get rid of the character. We're really trying to put the pressure here on Lewis. Oh, see, she can still come in with Flea Bottom. I think he's just worried that he's playing Confiscation. And we have first note into Close Call.
Your initiative.
So Rob Stark is brought back to life with Close Call. Does not get the extra card draw though because it is it's a wood spot on the other side.
In the shade turn out to be a good idea then. You're either in hand.
And we have that's just something reach. I'm really getting really bad name, guys, so I do apologise here. That is So Armory launch. So he has Renowned while your opponent has 3 or fewer characters. And Lewis is going to sit on 3 gold. So Shay is now going to be jumping around. We have so Jay's going to jump in with Rose with the Flea Bottoms. This could be where Lewis kind of can start leveraging advantage here. So can Joel get a character out? Really need to get 2 characters out because he needs to defend from this military. Or at least kill it if someone die from the military. The losing Stagos here, you could obviously potentially got a dupe and Ire. That could have been quite useful at this point to keep her skipper body around. So we've got you got Waymar Manderley brought into play. He's going to use his ability to sacrifice the reducer and draw a card. And I think that might be an Ire dupe, which could be good timing. And yeah, as Joel said, it worked. So you think you let Aya die here, then you Summer to bring her back next turn when you can put 3 cost characters back out. Then sit on 5 gold. Summer comes back to town and said dupe of Aya is discarded. I think the phrase is sometimes better lucky than good. Although Joel is very good. That should be pointed out. So military challenge for free, which is probably looks like it's going to go unopposed. Item killed, and Wyman's going to draw a card. And we have Renown. I think at this point you jump Shay in and let Shay do the other 2 challenges. So you got, or do you just go super aggressive? Now we have Flea Bottoms bring in Shay. So Joel's going to fully oppose that with Cat. And we've got a power challenge coming in from 8 from Tywin. She's going to be opposed. So we've got Crossing, Claim, and Renown. And that puts Lewis up to 10 power. So really sneaking back into this. I think Joel's currently on 5.
Yes.
Joel goes up to 6 after winning Dom. Joel to make sure that doesn't just get discarded. She's definitely getting the bust on the deck. And we're on to going on to turn 4, I believe. So it's 11 power. So 11 power to I think I said 10 earlier. It's 11 power to Lewis and 6 power to Joel. So potentially here, Lewis is in closing distance. Or you could actually win the game next turn with, especially with 2 renown on the board, power challenge, and also the and crossing. So that's essentially 5 power wins in the 4 power claim there. Depends obviously on the characters Joel puts out. He should be able to flood the board and turn off that renown on launch. But there is a consideration for Joel.
Play a chat, Zay.
Nothing else to play.
I'll do the wall. Taxation. Yep.
I think we're going to see a Valor here by the looks of it, then. So in taxation, William Mandalese just sacrificed Cat and now himself to draw 2 cards.
Let me just think about my comments. That was an interesting.
So yeah, so it looks like we're going to see a Valor coming in here. Hence why we've got Heads and Spikes into Valor. I think Joe relying on the fact he's got lots of cheat characters in hand. He's got through first snow. And we've said Eddard's. Oh, it's not Eddard. So we had Lord Eddard killed by Heads on Spikes. Man, so that's 10 power now for Lewis. Obviously, after the Valor and against 6, can Joel get enough of board presence out? So yeah, Heads and Spikes being Rob and Eddard. It's 2 of his pretty, well, I would say linchpin characters. Eddard's, I believe, one of in this deck. He might have 1 copy of each Eddard for Stagos, but obviously it's still kind of frustrating.
Yeah, still, you gotta just hit Rob then Eddard. Like that's where you're going wrong.
And Queen Cersei hit the table, who I believe is actually dead. She died to Winter's Coming a few turns ago, did she not? So she should not be on the table. I'm just actually going to check that 1 second, guys. So yes, I've just gone back and checked. She is actually dead. She is currently she's the 1 card from the bottom. So you can see you got the 1 cost reducer coming out. The next card is Cersei Lannister. She should not be on the table right now. And I don't know if it's going to have a big impact on this game. Easy enough done. It's especially when she just jumped in for challenge phase and died. So we have Summer coming into play as we thought, bringing in a dupe, Io with a dupe, and that is the Box Sansa, who's currently strength 3. So we've got intrigue coming from Cersei. And we've got a Frozen Solid. And so, and that puts.
That has stealth anyway, so I'm losing power, so I'm making power challenge.
So power challenge coming in from Cersei. So I believe now the house cards unfortunately moved. I believe we are on 13 power. No, 12 power. Looks at it.
Yeah, it starts off the cards. Yeah.
So Joel's going to pass and take dominance. And we're on to turn 5, it looks like. So yeah, I think this looks like this game's about to get swung on its head by the fact that a dead character being put into play, and I don't want to criticise because these things happen. We have trade routes into you win or you die, but and I said these things do happen in games. It's annoying, but yeah, it happens. It's a game. But yeah, that's a big play because that's a big character being put down into the board who really should not be there, who gains power with ease, and the fact Joel's just looking there, the fact he's lacking intrigue icons, this game is over. But I think going by his demeanour, because you basically do an intrigue challenge for free, and then if you win the power challenge, you win the game. All but win the game. You need to win the crossing challenge, right? Crossing and power would win the game. So we have the Great Hall and the Western Fiefdoms Knelt, and we have Tyrion Lannister brought into play. Lacking a military icon, which would make this a lot easier. But we've got a Hound in hand and Tyrion Lannister. We're going to go straight for the Tickler. Just going to go for the Juggler here, looks of it. So, Loyalist to gain to draw 2 cards. Looking for an answer here. And I think he might have found it with Cat Stark, so she can stop the Cersei triggers. But with the stealth from Tyrion, that might not be enough.
I just didn't stand it. It's not used to Fealty.
Well, that's what he did. So
You counted it. 9 to 11. So she was doing 15. But then 4 to 6. But then he's out.
Joel just double checking his maths there. Make sure it's all above board. We have a Winterfell board in place, so that'd be quite good, obviously, to stop the again, stop any triggers. Winterfell was actually dropped in the final deck. It was only one, I believe, only one of at this point. But obviously, a very good include for shutting things down. So discard. Oh no, Joel's potentially about to lose himself the game here. He was going to do Stagos. He was going to use Stagos on the Umber Loyalist, but that would actually discard 2 cards from hand, which would give Cersei 2 power. That would be a really bad play. And Flea Bottom.
I will start with an intrigue challenge for 5.
So, intrigue challenge for 5 from Cersei. He's going to remember the Tyrion trigger.
So can I have a reaction for the intrigue? Can I collect my 2 gold?
Your first, so you get the first reaction.
Okay, cool. That was just my
So yeah, go into Tyrion. So we didn't know Winterfell stopped it, but obviously Lewis is the first player, so he does get to react before Winterfell can be out. So Cat's going to come in and oppose the challenge. That will stop any triggers from Cersei. So Great Hall. And Joe's reminding he can't trigger because of Cat, and people are banging the table. It's getting very frustrating right now.
Bring in
So we've got Hear Me Roar to bring in a character, Lannister character from hand, which I believe is going to be the Hound. Yep. So military transfer 6 from the Hound. Has to be opposed, because otherwise Joel just loses here. So it's just going to lose to the power challenge. But you can't give up any icons. So I think, what do you do? Do you kneel with... Obviously, All-Star has currently +1 strength, so you could fully defend this with Summer and the Tickler.
Yep. I have... no reactions to winning. So just fine.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, again,
And Joel says that's good to work out this game because now the stealth will get past, you'll win the power challenge, and that will be it. So well done there, Lewis. Fight to go to make into the cut. Bad luck to Joel. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and come back next time for round 5, the final game of Swiss. And I promise you, we've got an interesting deck for round 5. And as always, guys, it has been emotional.